The other kind, I think that my man started from Wontumi case in answer.
Okay.
And I think that issue and we've got into the end of it. But the side aspect, a certain snapshot to be a yani ebobo so the minority or more parliament a catch Ghana for say among koyo mojuma na mom or more call to solidarize with Wontumi our national security. And we saw Nema a course where the air course but behind those Nema Nana air course, there were critical questions and that people were not asking. Captain, the gentleman was granted bail in Ababe 4 days ago. The bail condition is 50 million Ghana cedis.
Pew.
Yes. The NPP made it look like, say, a bin sida in the life of Ghana. A Kana yede to Wontumi so no. There's a coming nowhere close to the Yahubida in this country. And most of the interviews are not big wings within the party. Ni actually say, Omashada asalapi Wontumi with 50 million Ghana cedis are buying it to me intentionally. They don't want Wontumi to be built. But Captain, my men drive you back to 2012. Abra ya first Wyoming case ni be gidi wo kroma say no. Wyoming case, the amount of money involved there 51.2 million Ghana cedis. The gentleman was slapped with 54 million bail condition as far back as 2012. So it is not Adiebisi Ukromada. And he was able to meet the bail condition, granted bail and the subsequent way on for the year. Now no ada bakaya papa na onfa na atoesi and say on any nkrofo di omo bank sika no. Do you know the amount of money that was slapped on them? 600 million and over. 600 million compared to 50 million. So I know the day no, they are not more was much ado about nothing. Just trying to whip public sentiment. Because the real and the core issues at the center of Wontumi case, are far bigger and larger than the in the case of your friend say Wyoming. Wontumi case, even one case involved a whooping sum of about $45 million. I can be nowhere close to amount of money and Omoka about Wyoming. Again, that's why $10 million is even bigger than the amount of money I can have. And this we are now be bailer. You heard the amount of money involved in the criminal way na wayeno. They are so amount bail because the idea is say nipa no dwane state no moka at least the bail condition can defray the extent of cost na yabono. So very often aya na bail no so change sikana yes wedi no. But they want to make case 50 million is nowhere close to your friend is saying $45 million and even $10 million. And assassin nsuwa wase no. And these people were trying to whip public sentiment into this particular issue. Say, lose focus on the criminal activities now. I say, pay attention to. Because for me, I'll be very much concerned about the destructive nature of Wontumi's businesses. Natural, you can say, forest, the devastation of what cause to your natural, you can say, environment. And on a put value and money on it. I'm not sure, say, and at the time, now Wontumi nama all kobase nsuo ne nsase no, we didn't see the minority, the then majority, or anybody on his right senses. All cultural brands ade a wo say nsuo ne nsase enti e beya hasting slowly. Because Anam says sika no ba ekoma omu nyina nya bidi nti no, nobody questioned that gentleman. And my catcher obi onim nyansa wanya to me, he thought that he was sitting on the moon just doing things in a manner sabi. So at that point, they lost key on caution. They couldn't caution the gentleman. Say, now dangerous. And again, political influence can be a man name say. Because you see a Wontumi contract. The question is track record ban or when it comes to say because we have contractors over the years, they are known for some of these things. But I'm saying the panel political connection like Captain Smart tell a contract, every excavator crowd to be that. But what you do is a wage contract, and I feel I will show beer. What that expecting us can was slash it too. Now what they have and I'm on some find your coin, then the hooping some not about. And over the years, that is what we've been doing. So the gentleman na kwaje land say or kwaje kwan so oba be ye. The question is that did he do it or yeah? Evidence was here. these are some of the things I was expecting the NPP to put out the fact out there. Say, and some na ye can't to a brand no so no. And quite way no kwaji ya why evidence in here. When you speak to people in that particular manner, then people will know that the government is witch hunting the gentleman indeed. But the reality is that and some na ye can the criminal activities now why no. You are not even talking about it. You are not even interested, and you think say we are still in 1990. We are still in 2000 where. You can just say NPP and DC now, man, 40 years that emotional campaign, emotional politics, you know. Those things, you know, will not fly. It's the reason why the right-thinking Ghanaian in society, you know, couldn't fall for some of the shenanigans and those kind of emotional campaign that was activated by the NPP. Now you're quatana form, now you're say, and America said these guys are not serious. They are still joking in opposition because you see, Captain. When you lose political power, you lose connection with the people. That's so, right. As a right-thinking individual, as a who lead such an institutional political party, you know, what you do is that you try to reconnect with the people by making sure, say, you become a voice, a representative. Because whenever a government is in power, no, it's a different thing. But opposition, you know, you always try to bring the people to your side. By making sure that you lead the conversation, direct the conversation, say by ya, they have goodwill, ever fall to your side. But never no more, you go to social media, it's as if that's still your opposition. NPP still in power because every single Ghanaian on social media and as a forum, if you listen to some of the comedy even concerns among for Kenya, they are just trying to paint the NPP as if they are still in power because doesn't make sense. As an opposition party, you need to just restructure things and see how about approach it. But they still have this arrogant caliber of people still leading the chart of the party, and they think that they need to go ballistic. But then politics necessary, the narrative necessary. Ghana for are interested in the substance of the issues at hand. It is a Wontumi issue now. Okay, bring the key fact. Eguho na cancer say na cause. It's the same emotional campaign of Muweji in the case of the Chief Justice when they were saying that Pamu Chief Justice Amanako. When indeed fact on the matter. The evidence available and the processes has been activated thus far. No, there is no infringement, there is no contradiction, there hasn't been any error that has occasioned anywhere. It is a whole cancer seminar based on what? Mamena tenancy or say seminar on Tiasi or de court. So Onua kwaji ne unanimous no bi. Unanimous na no package or mochicha ma amanfo no. Onua ya man package ni bi odi kofie. So that is how it is. Esa yehu say and then Wontumi metena sema Ghana for adwin ya agro. People are interested in the real case, the evidence, and as for because of social media, you know. Obi are not interested in politics, right? And then they are getting used to people are hooking on. Man for Bayer so much interested in issues of politics. And don't think say you can wage that emotional campaign. I don't know make catch say Abra omo general secretary no catch say patriot you enko adenta kumifie no. What a comment obi tire obi say odwan when you were chopping your ladies, did you remember us? These are things that say Ghana for need ho. They are not your ladies, did you remember us? These are Ghana for the only way and then they say making sure say goodwill is on your side. When you have that thing, people will follow you. But Wontumi case, it wasn't as if he wasn't granted bail. The gentleman was granted bail. All that they needed to do, somebody will pop up and say, my provided the sureties and but we now promises Canada Japan now. Party amowo your friend say asimfo su Elon Musk dey senka nema we no problem or to the bottom he could have paid. But Captain, the reality is that they were just finding and dancing around the whole thing. It took the gentleman 4 solid days in your friends Yoko custody. And now who know to say kwabrania you week kwa ha and the church say political power. So wunya so who say would the nyansa ne to ho power is fleeting. Political power, time, very uncertain. And we need to me a fire nyansa there and treat people good and make sure that there is an expiry date. Our office be our say. Don't ever think say to me and it will never exit. But unfortunately, because most of the people who get into political prominence in this country, majority are not intelligent. When they get there, they think that they are sitting on the moon. The expiry date will not come. But you see, power is fleeting. It doesn't matter how long you stay there. The expiry date will come. But either so you survive or not will depend on and near my brabo baye. Wontumi radio sana you go ne diamond and as for the good TV so ana amanfo ebogye so no ano namana okasa akakabensam no he never thought that time will come and he will be held accountable. So it's a message and it's a lesson to everybody in government today. As a when you to me now I just say be class 7 semunu na be dia fe na obeka aka your girlfriend na wo no magajai dada na obeto cars na asefa mo a you should know say a time will come. The only difference between you and Wontumi is time, and that time will definitely come. A bar won't call because you see the era where people go on TV.
The only difference between Wontumi and
time.
Okay.
And that time is coming. Time no, so you can't stop it. I will be in a born and you can't stop time. Time is always running.
Time is gone.
Exactly. But to be safe, you know, it depends on what you do during this time, and to make sure say you serve people with dignity. Yamma power no so amra so maybe say me say Kobiche e dey abrante bi aba one of the radio station TV3. Captain, do you know what happened to me? Say June 3rd disaster be here no. And a boy was a victim. I think that he has undergone a lot of surgeries and as for no. We live in a country where there will be a disaster and a passerby will suffer such a devastation, a bit difficult to the sense I would describe in a the gentleman has been left to his fate, and on nam kwan ho no stress resika, and a Kobiche who now or try just to solicit some way or the man. So wow, with no, I think that you can contact him, no help via. The gentleman is in one of your studios. Boy now we beho. So politics now your question is how do we impact on people? Because I never disaster na see and amam for lusu omoyere. Obi lusu ne ma, obi lusu na busi, obi lusu ne nine, obi anima say, but state has never ukwa abroad. Who ye adwuma campaign de bi na say ukonya accident ya. So utie ya and I say accident in a very way so Wontumi nya adwuma captain you will be paid till you die. But in our part of the world disaster na onim ho hwie o. Eye we na asi na why victim. But nobody will go to his aid. A choice of power and politics na ye nyese ye de bebo nipa o. Amanfo nya tumi na fe na ye de be ya kakabensem na sanse gunu no is the reason why we see people like Wontumi na say for all of them rushing into the political space because and them catch say politics and governance in our part of Africa no and give prominence to intelligence wisdom na say for be any fool at all can become a leader at any point in time because osika na say for them and it's consistently we've been driving ourselves into a hellhole. How do we get out? It is contingent on menewo. How as people never rise out of emotional politics. Never making sure that governance is about us. It is not about some kind of fidelity via war and emotional attachment via war to individual and not any political party. Because young crow for no Chrome has a nipo munya to me no, they don't respect people. Or munipa or nya to me afen or dibedin se munu and what you are cotton when munya mana or the wenimbe form. Let us sit back and make sure say the wielders of political power no will be held accountable. Now you making sure says how to me no yet be yamanipa anya impact also. Now obi ko din nsem hu na enya wo na wokoba aboso na wakodi okogina dwam nsem na mekokwama no. Say when the gentleman was in power no, what is Wontumi be in the door say NPP for mra party da. But ene ya chena or frau say wo hiani no bra yoko na be dealers na wokwana yekobo wani a nkwase ani na yabo. Sa ene it's a lesson to every young man out there. Politics, let us sit and make sure, say, we direct people to do the right thing. Obedience, don't be fooled by your party. No, make sure, say, issue na ye come no. You really understand it. Can for it, so Otina Kroma Bonkwasi, Abosian now, or Gana Quatrabucha, no, to also Zoom no, Twitter, no, whatever man, oh,